The current market situation, the current market crash of 2025 is not in favor of many of us investors. This is what many of the investors think. But actually, it's the opposite. It's definitely in our favor. We investors must take an advantage of this stock market crash. So, first of all, let's talk about few of the factors which influenced the stock market crash for 2025. But then let's talk about two of the stocks which I'm buying right now, which could double from here without any doubt. I can vouch on that. I can guarantee that. But of course, this is your friend Abhishek and not a financial advisor. So do your own due diligence. But this is what my Patreons and we have been discussing. And we have a huge list of stocks which we are dollar cost averaging with this current stock market correction. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. First thing first, let's talk about the biggest headline of all, Trump and his tariffs plans. So today, at the time of recording this video, which is on 31st of March, Trump announced that he will retaliate with tariffs to all the countries. And this is sick, guys. This is sick. But this is what is affecting the current stock market, and that's why the current stock market is on the verge of a further correction or a massive crash. So Trump has announced reciprocal duties on all US trade partners this week in what he referred to as Liberation Day. Trump also has plans to impose 25% tax or tariffs on all foreign made vehicles this week. This is massive, and this has created a lot of uncertainty in the market, and this is what the market doesn't like: uncertainty. Tariffs plans are on the table but are uncertain how much still would be the final decision, and this is what is creating more panic in the market and more sell-offs. It's like a closed loop. More investors are selling and selling and selling, and the stock price drops, stop loss triggers, and this is a vicious cycle, and therefore the stocks are dropping and dropping and dropping. But anyways, the market is keen to find out how broad those duties will end up. This is what I mentioned. This is an uncertainty, and the market doesn't like that. And on Sunday, he told to the reporters to start the like for like push with all the countries. For example, steel and aluminium. A 25% US tariff on imports of steel and aluminium from all countries took effect on Wednesday, March 12th. Okay. European Union. The EU has responded to those metal duties with counter tariffs on 28 billion US goods from April. However, the EU delayed the implementation of some of those tariffs until mid-April. Canada and Mexico. Trump's 25% across the board tariffs on its US neighbors went into effect on Tuesday, March 4th. And Canada retaliated to the steel and aluminium tariffs with new duties on about $20 billion. China, Trump has enacted new blanket tariffs of around 20% on top of existing 10% duties that went into place during Trump's first term. Venezuela, Trump said the US will impose a secondary tariff on Venezuela to take effect on April 2nd. Guys, this is a disaster, and this is what is creating a lot of panic. And in my personal opinion, this will go and forth until and unless we don't have a mutual decision between the US and other countries. Now, if you look at the consumer sentiment, we can look at it from the United States of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. We can see that currently it's sitting at around 64 points. It's still lower than when the corona happened, the Ronda situation happened, but it's still higher than the 2022 when the market was actually recovering. So it is a bit higher. It has not been at its lowest until now, but in my opinion, this doesn't make any sense, because as you can see from the Ronda situation, it is much lower. At that point, it was at 72 points, and now it is at 64 or 57 points. So lower than that, but higher than 2022. But still, many YouTubers are talking about this. So in my personal opinion, this is not a metric with which you can actually take out or start investing your money into the market. In my personal opinion, these types of noises or these indices doesn't matter at all. Okay, this can give you an idea where the economy is heading, but the market can react in a total weird manner which you don't even expect. That's why timing the market will not work in this current situation. Therefore, time in the market in such situation always wins. Okay, so what we are doing, what our strategy is, what my patrons are doing are just dollar cost averaging the best stocks, which in my personal opinion, and we do discuss in our community, which has a much better return possibility and with a really less risk in this current macroeconomic situation. This is what we are doing. So we are dollar cost averaging the stocks which we think can give us the best returns with the minimum risk involved. So now let's talk about the two stocks, high growth stocks, which can double from here, which we are buying in current stock market crash of 2025. The first one is Hims and Hers. I will not go down deeper into the financial analysis and the news surrounding Hims and Hers, but just based on the metrics, I'll show you guys why I'm buying this stock and why I do think this stock can double from here. So as you can see, the estimated higher end of the EPS for Hims and Hers until 2029 is $3.17, but the lower end is $2.96. So in my previous video, which you can watch right here, I did mention that in my personal opinion, it could be $3 in the next 5 years with a compound annual growth rate of 30 to 40%. So the current P ratio is sitting at 51, which I don't think it will be in the coming 5 years. But even if we take 30 P ratio, which I think would be manageable for Hims and Hers, then the price target could be $90. And that's why I do think that this stock could double from here easily. And now the second high growth stock, which me and my patrons are buying right now with this current market situation, stock market crash 2025, is none other than SoFi. Yes, another fintech stock. I have made a detailed video on that. Now, in my previous video, when I was discussing SoFi, I did mention that my EPS estimate, according to the projections which the CEO said, and with those projections we did come to a target EPS in next 5 years of around $1. Now the estimates have been lowered down. Now it is at 96 cents. So let's say we take a more conservative approach and we go on to 80 cents EPS. Okay, and I do think that SoFi can easily manage that. SoFi has been increasing its EPS at a rate of 100%, more than 100%. So even if we take a rate of 50 to 60%, then we can still reach $1 EPS until 2029. But let's take 80 cents. Current P ratio for SoFi is 27. But this is when the market is crashing, the stock market is crashing, and the economy is all over the place. Yeah, there is uncertainty in the economy. And people in such times, what people do is that they want to preserve their money. Either they take out the money from the stock market, or they take out the money from high growth stocks or stocks like SoFi, which doesn't have a huge history of being profitable. Okay, so either they take out the money altogether from the stock market, so such stocks get affected in the first filter, or the investors put their money into other assets to hedge their portfolios like gold or silver or bond yields, yeah, government bonds, which have a fixed debt or debts. So this is another filter where the money is taken out of the stock market, especially from such small mid-cap or small cap companies as well. Or they take out their money from these companies and put into some bigger companies like Magnificent Seven or stocks like Visa, MasterCard, which has a huge history of being profitable and being stable even in such macroeconomic situations, or people just keep investing into broad market indices. So these are the stocks which get hammered quite easily, and that's why in my personal opinion the current PE is at 27, but as soon as the market flourishes, this could easily cross a PE of 35. But okay, let's be conservative, let's take a PE of 30, and with 80 cents we get a price target of $24. This stock could easily double from here with that price target, with that EPS growth. So that's it guys, that's all for the high growth stocks which we are buying right now, which you could buy right now. Not a financial advice, but my personal opinion. This is what me and my patrons are doing. If you would like to join our community, the link would be in the description below. Find it, check it out, and do let me know what you think about these two stocks, these two high growth stocks. Do let me know which stocks you are buying or selling at this particular moment, and what do you think about the current macroeconomic situation. How long it might take for things to settle down, or it might take quite long. Who knows? Let's keep focused on our businesses, which we think are good businesses and are currently being given to us at cheaper prices. Okay, so that's all about these two high growth stocks which could double from here, and about the stock market crash 2025. Mr. Donald Trump, you are doing a great job helping us to become much better investors. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and ciao. Keep investing.